you've done so much too over the years. Like, do you sometimes lose track of the films you do? Because
Oh
you're
yeah,
really
all the
working.
time.
Yeah.
All honestly, I literally I'm like, I'll be like, what did I do in the last couple of years? And I'm like, I can't remember. And then I'll be like, oh yeah.
Mikey? Michael! How'd he get in here?
They're just messing with us, right?
I read that we can take a trade.
Hey, so like what happens in here?
And she just walked out. I did not know.
This is gonna be fun.
Good night.
I don't think I can do this anymore.
How's it going?
Emile, hey man, I've been better. I had a wild weekend. Like I got attacked during the weekend. Can you imagine that?
By what? A wild animal?
It seemed like it. I was pumping gas at a gas station and some crazy maniac jumps out from like the bushes and starts like charging at me. Man, it was insane. Like I just gotten into the car and he's like trying to get in my car, like pulling for the doors, and he gets into the passenger's door. I like shove him and just hit the gas and dip out.
Wow. Gosh.
Can you imagine that? Trying to pump gas and like
Was that in Los Angeles?
No, I'm in Chicago currently, so
Okay.
just in a suburb of Chicago, a quiet, residential area. I was like, damn, gotta keep eyes in the back of your head these days,
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I had to make it to this interview, so whatever it took.
Yeah.
Such a long time fan of yours. How's everything with you? How's life? How are things in general?
Very good, thank you. I'm hold on, let me hold on, my screen is messed up here. How do I get this fixed?
Are you on the phone?
Yeah, because
you're good.
I find that
Perfect.
I find that the laptop internet connection is actually not as good as the phone.
That is true. That's very true. I've had that issues. There's probably more because there's more data on the laptop and things and windows open, so all that slows it down. So on a phone,
right? Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yep. So we made it work. That's all that matters.
Sorry,
Man,
did I not answer your question?
Well, yeah, I could have. Maybe that was answering. I was just asking how's life, how's everything in general going on with you.
Things are good. I was in Israel recently, and I just got back, and I was working on a film there.
Oh, nice. Can you share what film this was? That's cool. It's a cool location to shoot.
Yeah, it was a film called The Engineer that I made with Danny A, who's the director.
That's my guy, Danny Advocator, man. That's my boy.
Yeah,
you guys made a movie together?
Yeah, we shot it right in Tel Aviv, called The Engineer.
He just got married not that long ago, and his
he
bride
got
is from there, right?
Yeah, and so this film, we shot it in Tel Aviv.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't talked to him in a few months, but I'm definitely gonna, next time I get a hold of him, this is gonna be definitely a topic of conversation. That's so cool. He's awesome. I mean, he's great filmmaker, awesome actor, and just such a cool dude.
Such a cool dude.
Man, I'm happy for you that you guys got to work together. That's awesome. I'm a fan of both of you, so this is cool. Man, I guess I've been kind of seeing you everywhere. I just got a screener to dig, so I'm gonna watch that very soon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, excited.
Oh, cool.
Obviously, I remember seeing the Immaculate Room the first time when you guys were premiering it at Mammoth earlier this year. So I was supposed to be there to cover it, and my mom got diagnosed with cancer, so I had to stay back home and help out. But I wasn't able to come out there. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was bad timing with everything, but had to take care of priorities at home. But I know you guys had a lot of fun. I talked to Makunda back then and Ashley, and when you guys were at the fest, and my buddy was doing coverage on the red carpet. I saw a bunch of pictures with you too. And my buddy Tyrone was doing the red carpets there. So I know you guys had a good time. Wish I was there.
Yeah, we had a great time at Mammoth Film Festival, and it seemed like the perfect venue for Immaculate Room. As a festival, it was like gave the film the right amount of attention,
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. You guys, were you were out there, Ashley was out there, Kate was out there too. I think everyone, Makunda was out there,
Yeah,
everyone.
we were all there.
Yeah. I was back now. It's crazy to think like it's like a decade ago. Seems like it was earlier in the year, but now the movie's finally coming out for audiences to see. I spoke to Makunda too last week again, so I'm catching up with everyone. Man, and it hit me. You know what? It hit me the same way as the first time, even though I knew what was happening. What a film! I don't know if you've seen his other movie that just released too, Collide, with Ryan Phillippe that he just made and Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, but did that get released already?
Last week. So I'm like, he's got 2 movies coming out basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did the press for that. I spoke to Jim and Ryan and everyone involved for yeah, that's another awesome movie. That this guy's a genius. I'm telling you, like the stories he does about like human psychology, and he kind of explained to me his process is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the guy's like a monk.
He's literally
A monk.
I remember him back in the day when he did Vehicle 19 with Paul Walker, years ago. That was my first introduction to
Which
him.
is such a different film than Immaculate Room. It's like it's so different.
I know.
The versatility to make that movie and then Immaculate Room. I didn't realize Collide was out. I want to watch that right away.
Oh, you got to see it. It's so good. It's another tense kind of thriller about people interactions. There's like 4 different stories going on at the same time, all in this one restaurant, and just like it's amazing. It's just like another, kind of like this one. It's got that human element of like, what would you do in these situations, these questions? I don't know how he comes up with these like ideas, because it's like it's really based. He's fascinated by human psychology and all that, and wanting to tell stories that kind of resonate, and but man, you got to see it. It's really good.
I can't wait. Thank you for telling me that, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be on VOD now too. So that released on Friday. So it's out there for you to see it. But this one, man, we talked about these performances in this film that you and Kate did. And it was cool because I remember you and Kate did a movie. It was like with Mel Gibson not too long ago too, about
Force
a year
of
ago.
Nature.
Yeah, Force of Nature. That's right. I remember seeing both of you in there. I'm like, oh, so that was cool that you guys kind of unite not so long after that. Did you guys film Immaculate before or Force of Nature? Because Force of Nature was in Puerto Rico, right?
Force of Nature was first, about a year and a half before. And we just got along really well making Force of Nature. So when this script came around, we were super, it was a no-brainer for us to do it with each other because we knew how well we already got along.
Yeah, that must have helped, right? Kind of knowing each other and to do this sort of an intimate movie like that. Do you think it would have maybe changed the experience had you not known her prior, or, done a movie with her? If it was just kind of you guys' first time being tossed into this, I feel like familiarity would help with a movie like this.
Yeah, particularly like when you're portraying a couple that have been together for a while, you really want to have something that feels familiar, like they already know it, like they're not 2 actors that just met 5 seconds before the cameras roll. It's a hard thing to fake.
It literally would be. I feel like some of your reactions, that one scene, dude, when Ashley walks in butt naked, was that a real reaction from you? That was something they surprised you with? Because your reaction was priceless on that face. I just watched your face in that scene. It was just amazing. I'm like, did they actually like not tell him this is gonna happen? Because it was so like in the moment, it felt like.
I think I was really surprised.
It seems like it.
I think I was. I don't think I didn't. I knew she was coming in. I don't know if I realized quite the like naked element.
That was no CGI then,
like,
right? That was all real. It seemed like you couldn't fake that.
Yeah, I don't think that's CGI. I don't think so.
No, didn't seem like any sort of,
I was like,
that was literally a reaction in the film.
Yeah, I don't think I knew it was coming.
You see Makunda throwing surprises, that's what it probably was, but it gave a hell of a reaction too. Did you know Ashley prior to that too? Have you worked with her? Because I think you almost worked with everyone in this industry at some point.
No, I did. I knew Ashley from years before. We were friends for a while, and she's awesome.
Super, super good actress too. And she's worked with Danny also in a lot of films too. She's a friend of Danny too. So there's like this connection you guys all have in a lot of ways.
Yeah. like the Danny Club.
It's a good club to be part of.
It's a really good club to be a part of.
Man, I can't wait to see that. Another, you see, like everything, I've done so many interviews, and I'm glad I finally get to you because, like I said, you've been one of my favorite actors for a long time. Like everyone's been talking about you. I remember talking to Reese Myers, Jonathan, when you guys did American Night, right?
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about the movie, and he's like, dude, the best thing in this movie is Emile. You got to see him. And like, he was just raving about you, how good you
That's
were,
so
and how,
nice.
yeah, he was just sending you praises all over how good it. I agreed with him too. So I saw you guys are working again. Is that true?
I'm not sure when that film is going to be made. I don't actually. I'm not sure if that's happening.
Oh, I hope so, man. You guys were so dynamic together, and
It
he's a
would be
real
great, but I
actor's
just don't
actor.
know if it's happening or not.
Man, I hope it is, because you guys are great on screen. He's such a good actor. And I mean, he was
Oh yeah.
Elvis, right? Before the phenomenon
Yeah.
hit with the Elvis movie.
Yeah, he was Elvis.
A really good Elvis too. And didn't you worked, I don't know, with Austin Butler too, right? On Once Upon a Time, because he was in that
Yeah,
too.
he was on once. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Dude, that's amazing. You work with both Elvises.
I can't get away from all these actors, man.
I'm telling you, I don't think there's anyone at this point you haven't worked with. You work with like the who's who and the up and coming guys and girls. Like it's been a hell of a journey, huh? In this career for you.
For sure. I'm very fortunate to have had the opportunities that I've had and to have worked with the people that I've worked with is super fortunate for me.
You've done so much too over the years. Like, do you sometimes lose track of the films you do? Because you're
Yeah,
really
all the
working.
time.
Yeah.
All honestly, I literally I'm like, I'll be like, what did I do in the last couple of years? And I'm like, I can't remember. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I made that movie and that movie. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, that was fun.
It's like a blur in a sense. And it's not like you're just making a cameo here for like, a 5-minute cameo. You're like in the main cast, most of these films too, which is wild. I'm like, does this man have a social life? Does he do anything besides movies too? Because where do you find the time?
I definitely make a lot of movies. There's just no doubt.
It's a good thing. Hey, you're making it go. And it's crazy to think like, sometimes actors, have a movie that bombs or doesn't go right and their career gets derailed or it gets kind of just like all in their head about it. You've pushed through so many things in your career too, which shows kind of the resiliency of you, not only as an actor, but as a person too. Don't you feel that way at times?
Oh, thank you. I mean, I've just always loved to work and just am enthusiastic about it and enjoy playing characters and having audiences see the films. And I keep it very simple. I like to make films. I love making movies. So that's what I know how to do. That's my job. And that's what I like doing. So keep it very simple.
I mean, like I mentioned, you work almost with every actor and director. Is there something, maybe a role or a genre or a person that you still want to work with that you haven't? Like, is there something, maybe like a
usually
romance
for
or
me,
something?
it's like, it's all those old master directors that are for me really exciting.
Yeah,
A lot of the older masters like Spielberg or James Cameron, Martin Scorsese, guys like that. I want to work with so many people, but a lot of the older legendary guys are guys that, like I was watching all their movies as like little kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what I've noticed? It's a thing too. Like a lot of those directors like to work with certain actors too. Like you will see Leo in a lot of their films, with Martin, like certain directors just have such a tie-in to their favorite actors too. And hell, they're able to do it because they earned it. So they get to work whoever they want with.
Well, maybe like Quentin Tarantino will put me in his next movie as well.
You already made it, so you did one with them at least.
Yeah, but two is much better than one,
And no question. I think it's limitless for you. The way you work and the way you're always working, I think the sky's the limit for you. What still could happen? Would you ever do like, I don't know if you've done technically like a romantic movie, like just like a pure straight up.
Yeah, I would
you do
love that. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I
I
haven't.
better do it while I'm still kind of young, you know?
You haven't aged. I'll tell you one thing. You really haven't aged at all. Like I'm thinking of you like 5-10 years ago, and like you almost look the same way.
Thank you. 37 years old.
Me too, you know, and it's just like you feel kind of like you've been doing, you know, like you feel a little bit old, but at least if you don't look at it in this industry, just roll with it. You know what I mean? Because they'll catch
Yeah,
you like
yeah. I
30.
mean, I've definitely been working for a while. There's just no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to do when you get some time off then? Like when you, if there is any time off, do you like to have any hobbies, interests that you kind of get away to?
You
When
know, I really like hiking
Hmm.
and watching TV and movies and reading online. But I'm trying to get a little bit more into outdoor activities and more sports and more utilizing my body a little bit more. You know, I want to get a little bit more into that. I've been playing some baseball with my
Oh, nice.
son and we went to the home run derby recently, which was so
Yeah,
cool.
in
So
Dodger
cool.
Stadium. Oh wow, that was a hell of a show too.
Yeah, it pissed me off so much because we had a ball
Uh-huh.
literally go up in the air and land on my seat.
No
And I
way.
turned around. I like couldn't even believe it. And
What are the odds of that?
this guy just snatched it right out of from the seat. Like it was so fast, I couldn't believe it. And my son, who's almost 9, so upset. 15 minutes later, he was still staring daggers at me because he was standing on the seat. And I'm like, "Are you mad about the ball?" And he was just like, he
That's
was mad that I let this snake get the ball.
that's every kid's dream to catch a foul ball or something.
Honestly, I
It really
should
is.
have caught the ball. I told his grandmother, I was like, that's gonna haunt me on my deathbed, not getting that ball.
Because you can't replicate that. That's such a
I
rare
mean,
occurrence.
it's just I can't even tell the story without getting upset.
I can imagine, because that's a once in a lifetime sort of occurrence where it hits like your area, man. And well, I'm sure you can
Landed
make it up
in
to him.
my seat.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, your boy likes baseball, so that's a good thing. You guys can be active and go to games together. That's a cool age. I think 9, it's like you're starting to pick up sports usually at that age, and kind of cool things. Any other thing you guys like to do together?
We like to go hiking a lot. And we like to do a lot of gardening.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Did you teach
Yeah.
him or he got you into it?
We kind of like get each other into it. So we'll find a topic and then we'll do a lot of research on it together.
Mhm.
And we'll watch a lot of videos online, about like hiking, for instance, we got obsessed with. So we watched every climbing video on Everest and K2 and Annapurna and Denali and all the mountains. We're watching video diaries of climbers climbing it, like literally getting to the top, like a 2-hour video diary. We do a lot of research. And then we got into plants and gardening. And so we're going to the garden, the nursery all the time, buying fruit trees and buying different plants and planting the plants and doing research on the cycle of the plants. And my son's actually remarkably like good researcher. It's
Sounds
kind of,
like it. Maybe a
yeah, he's actually
psychologist or something.
he's a very sharp customer.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you guys have that in common, and are learning and doing something positive. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
even
yeah,
you're gonna be a smart kid at 9 years old, studying and doing all that things. You're gonna get
yeah.
you have a smart one right there. Well, another movie recommendation as I let you go. Scott Mann's movie Fall just came out. It's about climbers reaching that radio tower 2,000 feet up in the air. It's a thriller, I'm telling you. But
It's called
maybe
Fall.
it's called Fall. Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
it's by Scott Mann. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it, and these 2
Oh,
girls
I
are
like him a lot.
fantastic.
I
It's,
worked with Jeffrey Dean Morgan on Taking Woodstock.
see, there you go. That's something to see. And maybe it's too much for your son because it's claustrophobic when you watch it. Like it's shot so well, but you will definitely
Cool.
enjoy it.
Rock and roll.
Hey, so cool to catch up with you. I'm really glad to finally talk to you. I've talked to all your friends, it seems like, and people you've worked with, and I finally get a chance to talk to you. And wish I'd met you at Mammoth then, but hopefully we'll make it happen again soon in person.
Sounds good.
Hey, buddy, talk to you on the next one.
All right, take care.
Keep on making good stuff.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.